Psalm 23 is one of the most beloved and widely recognized passages in the Bible, often quoted for its comforting promise of God's guidance and care. Here, we shall delve into the intricacies of this psalm in a comprehensive manner, exploring the depth of its promises and reassurances. Written by King David, this psalm reflects a profound understanding of God's nature and his unwavering presence in every aspect of life. The opening line, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," sets the stage with a powerful metaphor. Describing the Lord as a shepherd implies a deeply personal relationship, one of care and protection. Just as a shepherd tends to his flock, ensuring their needs are met and that they are safe, God likewise provides for those who follow him. The declaration, "I shall not want," signifies a state of contentment and lack of nothing essential, highlighting trust in God's provision. "He maketh me to lie down in green pastures, he leadeth me beside the still waters." This verse portrays images of peace and rest. Green pastures signify abundant provision and nourishment, while still waters suggest tranquility and safety. These images reflect a life where one's soul is satisfied and nurtured, emphasizing the peace that comes from trusting in God's guidance. The next line, "He restoreth my soul, he leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake," speaks to the renewal and guidance only God can provide. To restore the soul suggests rejuvenation and healing, an act of being brought back to vitality. Being led in paths of righteousness conveys moral guidance and living according to divine principles. This implies living a life that reflects God's character and glory, ultimately honoring his name. "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." This verse is particularly poignant. It addresses the inevitable trials and challenges of life. The valley of the shadow of death represents deep fear and uncertainty, yet the psalmist expresses unwavering confidence in the Lord's presence. The reassurance, "I will fear no evil," underscores the psalmist's trust in God's omnipresence and protection, which dispels fear even in the darkest of times. "Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." This phrase refers to the traditional tools of a shepherd. The rod is used for protection and discipline, while the staff is a tool for guidance and support. Together they symbolize the balance of firmness and nurture by which God guides his followers. This imagery conveys comfort in knowing that God's guidance is both strong and supportive, providing direction and reassurance in life's journey. "Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies," illustrates provision and honor. A prepared table signifies abundance and care, while the presence of enemies suggests an environment of conflict or hostility. This highlights that even in challenging circumstances, God provides abundantly and honors his followers, assuring them of his presence and support. "Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over." Anointing with oil is an ancient practice symbolizing blessing and consecration. This act signifies being chosen and marked for favor. The phrase "my cup runneth over" implies overwhelming abundance and generosity, emphasizing God's overflowing blessings in the lives of those who trust him. "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life," provides a powerful assurance. Goodness and mercy are not just fleeting experiences, but constant companions throughout life's journey, indicative of God's enduring love and kindness. This promise reassures the believer of divine favor and benevolence, weaving these themes into the very fabric of everyday existence. "And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever," concludes the psalm with the ultimate promise of eternal communion with God. Dwelling in the Lord's house signifies a continuous, unbroken relationship with him, promising eternal peace and joy in his presence. This is not merely a physical dwelling, but a spiritual state of being with God perpetually. In summary, Psalm 23 is a beautifully crafted portrayal of the relationship between God and his people, woven with themes of trust, provision, peace, guidance, protection, and eternal hope. Each verse is rich with imagery, offering a comforting assurance of God's presence in every circumstance. Through the metaphor of the shepherd, it communicates the depth of God's care and the safety found in following his guidance. Whether in times of abundance or amidst shadows, the psalm affirms that God's goodness and mercy persistently follow those who trust in him, leading to everlasting communion with Him.